Have you ever walked very diligently, followed advice like just walk and you will be healthy, yet your legs still feel heavy as if weighed down and you still need to hold on to something just to stay steady? If that's the case, the issue isn't your willpower. Walking keeps you moving, but muscles only grow stronger, and circulation truly wakes up when your body gets the right kind of resistance, strong enough to switch the system on and safe enough to avoid wearing you out. There's a truth very few people tell those over 60. Deep in the lower leg lies a modest-looking muscle that works like a quiet pump. Scientists often call it the second heart. When it's asleep, walking a lot still leaves you tired. Standing for long still causes swelling, and balance still feels shaky. But when it's awakened properly, blood is pushed upward against gravity, your ankles become steadier, your steps feel lighter, and you regain the feeling of control from the ground up. In this video, I won't ask you to run 6 miles, and I won't ask you to lift heavy weights. We'll use 3 smart resistance moves you can do right at home, no equipment needed, and they're safe for people over 60. One move wakes the second heart while you're sitting. One move builds true load-bearing strength while you're standing. One move trains fine control with bent knees. The order goes from easier to stronger. Each step builds on the last, so circulation improves, strength increases, and day-to-day balance becomes more reliable. I'll also point out common mistakes that reduce effectiveness and 3 habits to avoid after training to protect the Achilles tendon and the ankle. At the end, you'll have a short but powerful ritual that makes your legs feel lighter, your ankles less puffy, and your standing posture steadier, with no gym required. If you're ready to regain steadiness in a safe and intelligent way, please leave a comment with your name and where you're watching from. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and let's begin. Exercise. 1. Seated Soleus Push-Up. Goal: wake up the second heart, improve venous return, and reduce the heavy leg feeling when standing up. Why it works. The soleus is an endurance muscle lying deep behind the lower leg. When it contracts rhythmically, it helps return venous blood from the legs to the heart. In older adults, long sitting and walking at one steady pace are often not enough to fully awaken the soleus. Seated soleus push-ups create a repeated, gentle, and safe signal that gets the calf pump working the way you need. How to do it: train by time for 5 to 10 minutes. Sit tall on a sturdy chair. Place both feet flat on the floor, knees bent about 90 degrees, shins nearly vertical. Keep the ball of the foot and the toes in contact with the floor. Do not lift the forefoot. Raise the heels within a comfortable range, then lower them smoothly. Imagine the motion like a soft piston. Continue for 5 to 10 minutes without stopping. Keep the upper body still. Breathe gently. Heels up as you inhale. Heels down as you exhale. Technique tips. Imagine you are pressing a hand pump with a smooth, even rhythm. Feel pressure under the ball of the big toe. Avoid rolling to the outer edge of the foot. If the calves fatigue quickly, reduce heel height but keep the rhythm steady. Common mistakes and fixes: lifting the forefoot or slamming the heels down. Fix: keep the forefoot glued to the floor. Lift and place the heels lightly, holding your breath. Fix: pair each lowering phase with a gentle exhale, swaying the body. Fix: place 2 fingertips on your thighs to remind your body to stay still. Signs of progress after 1 to 2 weeks. You need less support to stand up from a chair. Sock marks around the ankle fade by evening. The first step after standing feels firm and grounded, not hollow. Who should be cautious? If you recently had deep vein thrombosis, have painful varicose veins, or experience sudden sharp calf pain, please consult your physician before starting. Exercise. 2. Step calf raise with slow eccentric lowering. Goal: build true strength under load, increase tendon durability, open ankle range, and improve control during stair ascent and descent. Why it works. Standing on a step allows the ankle to travel through a larger range, giving the calf pump a longer stroke and the joints more mobility. Lowering slowly on one leg during the eccentric phase is a strong stimulus that builds muscle and a resilient Achilles tendon for real-life tasks like walking, prolonged standing, and stair climbing. Proprioception, the sense of joint position, becomes sharper, helping every weight shift become smoother and more precise. How to do it. Stand facing a countertop or a heavy chair and use it for a light handhold. Place the front half of the foot on a step or a firm rolled towel with the heel hovering near the edge. Feet hip width, toes pointing straight ahead. Lift up using both feet to a comfortable top position. Lower down on one leg, shift weight to the right leg, and lower the right heel for 3 to 4 seconds to a depth that is not painful. The other foot touches lightly only for balance. Perform 8 to 12 repetitions per side for 2 to 3 sets. Rest 45 to 60 seconds between sets. Morning sessions help wake the calves. Evening sessions can help reduce pooling after a long day. If you have pain at the Achilles tendon insertion near the heel, do not drop the heel below step level. Keep the heel at or slightly above the step until it feels comfortable, then increase depth gradually. Common mistakes and fixes. Letting the heel drop quickly or going too deep and pinching the front of the ankle. Fix. Count 3 to 4 seconds on the way down and stop at a comfortable depth. Locking the knees or leaning too much on the support. Fix. Keep soft knees, a long spine, and only a light touch on the support. Turning the toes too far in or out. Fix. Keep them straight ahead. Feel the force through the ball of the big toe, not the outer edge. Signs of progress after 1 to 2 weeks. Stairs feel smooth and controlled. Standing to cook or wash dishes no longer makes your ankles tired. The first steps after getting out of bed feel less stiff in the Achilles. Who should be cautious? If you have a new Achilles injury, severe plantar fascia pain, recent foot or ankle surgery, or dizziness when standing, adjust or postpone this exercise. Always have a solid handhold and avoid depth that causes pain. Exercise 3. Wall sit heel raises with bent knees. Goal: activate the deep engine, the soleus, when the knees are bent, and train fine control for small weight shifts in daily life, such as putting on socks, stepping up a curb, or turning in the kitchen. Why it works. With bent knees, the body uses the soleus more and the outer gastrocnemius less. The wall provides a safe, stable frame so you can focus on precise ankle motion without worrying about balance. This is intelligent strength. Quiet, steady, and deeply useful. How to do it. Lean your back on the wall, slide down until the knees bend to a comfortable angle, about 30 to 60 degrees. Keep the back of the head, the shoulders, and the hips on the wall. Gently brace the abdomen. Do not hold your breath. Raise and lower the heels with small, even pulses while the knees remain bent and the forefoot stays on the floor. Perform 20 to 30 pulses. Rest briefly. Repeat for 2 rounds. Or hold the heels in the raised position for 30 to 45 seconds for 2 rounds. Common mistakes and fixes: sitting too low and causing knee pain, or letting the back leave the wall. Fix: choose a shallower knee angle and press the back into the wall. Knees collapsing inward. Fix: guide the knees in line with the middle toes and imagine gently pushing the floor outward, holding your breath. Fix: pair each small heel lift with a smooth, even exhale, signs of progress after 1 to 2 weeks. Turning and pivoting feel calmer and less wobbly. Standing on one leg to put on a sock feels steadier, even if you still lightly touch the wall. Stepping up a curb feels stable and sure. Who should be cautious? If you have pain at the front of the knee, poorly controlled high blood pressure, or recent knee or ankle surgery, choose a shallower knee angle, use gentle pulses, and consult a professional if needed. 3 things to avoid during the first 15 to 20 minutes after training. Single leg activities on wet or slippery floors, such as a freshly mopped kitchen or a bathroom. Ballistic calf stretching. If you want to stretch, use a light static stretch for 20 to 30 seconds only when it feels comfortable. Rushing down the stairs or running to the doorbell. Safer alternatives. Walk slowly for 2 to 3 minutes around the house and drink a small glass of water. Wear shoes with a firm heel counter and good traction during the next hour. If you must move quickly, add a second handhold such as wall plus countertop and move with intention. Simple 7-day plan. Days 1 through 7. Morning after personal hygiene. Seated Soleus push-up for 5 to 10 minutes. Afternoon before dinner. Step calf raise with slow eccentric lowering. 2 sets, 8 to 12 repetitions per side. Count 3 to 4 seconds on the way down. Keep a solid handhold. Evening before bed, wall sit heel raises with bent knees, 2 sets, 20 to 30 pulses at a comfortable knee angle. Breathe evenly. Golden rule, sit to wake up, stand to bear load, bend knees to fine tune. On busy days, 5 minutes of the seated soleus exercise is already a valuable deposit in your health bank. After training, if the body has unusual reactions, here is how to handle them. Quick fixes. If you feel a cramp during the seated exercise, slow the rhythm, lift lower, drink a few sips of water, then perform ankle pumps for 45 to 60 seconds to calm the muscle. If the front of the ankle feels pinched during the step exercise, use a shallower lowering depth and imagine the heel lengthening backward as it lowers. If the knees feel tight during the wall sit, slide a little higher, widen your stance a few centimeters, and keep the knees aligned with the toes. If there is sharp tendon pain or extra stiffness the next morning, you trained a bit too much. Reduce total training load by 30 to 50% for about 1 week, then build up again. If you feel unsteady, add another point of contact. For example, one hand on the wall and one hand on the counter, and keep the rhythm slow and even. Remember, mild soreness is normal when your body relearns a new habit, but if sharp pain repeats, pause that exercise for a few days and switch to a lighter one. When you are comfortable with the moves, polish skill before increasing difficulty. Technique tips for better results. Slow and steady. Count 3 to 4 seconds on every lowering phase. Slow control trains muscles and tendons correctly and is more effective than dropping fast. Keep alignment with the ball of the big toe. Press gently through the ball of the big toe to keep the ankle from rolling. Do not hold your breath. Exhale softly on each lowering. Steady breathing keeps blood pressure stable and muscles supple. Comfortable range. Stay within a comfortable range. Quality of movement is more important than quantity. When these 4 principles become automatic, you can start increasing depth, adding repetitions, or adding a little resistance. How to know you are truly progressing. Progress checks without equipment. 5 times sit to stand. Time. How long it takes to stand up from a chair 5 times without using your hands. Test on day 1, then again after 2 weeks. The improvement will likely surprise you. Sock mark at the ankle. If the evening sock indentation fades over 2 weeks, it is a clear sign that circulation has improved. First step down the first stair. Each morning, rate your control from 0 to 10 when stepping down the first step. If the score rises, your ankles are getting stronger and reflexes are better. Just one of these 3 improving is already a big win because it means your body is gradually reloading its original program. If your body is a little different, adjust so you remain safe and effective. Common customizations. Sensitive knees. In the wall sit, slide a bit higher so the knees bend only 30 to 40 degrees and use small, gentle pulses. Stiff ankles. In the step exercise, use a rolled towel or a low board instead of a high step for easier control. Need a cane or frame. That is fine. Place it horizontally in front as a stable handhold for the step exercise. Hard to count repetitions, count exhales. 8 slow exhales are roughly equal to 8 to 12 quality repetitions. The general principle is simple. Keep the order of the 3 exercises, sitting, standing, bent knee, reduce range and tempo when needed, breathe steadily, and increase gradually when the body feels comfortable. Frequently asked questions. Do I need to warm up? Answer, yes, but keep it simple. Perform ankle pumps for 45 to 60 seconds. Pull the toes towards you and then push away with a smooth rhythm. This primes the calf pump without fatigue. I already walk a lot. Why do my legs still feel heavy? Answer: walking is a single pace movement and sometimes does not provide enough resistance signal to fully awaken the soleus. These three exercises add the correct resistance signals so circulation and tendon durability improve together. How hard should I train? Answer: aim for moderate, about 5 to 6 out of 10. You want steady work without straining. If you feel sharp tendon pain the next morning, reduce total load by 30 to 50%, then build up again. Can I combine this with walking? Answer: yes, absolutely. Suggested rhythm: seated Soleus exercise in the morning, walking at midday, wall sit heel raises in the evening. On days with long walks, reduce the number of sets on the step exercise. I have high blood pressure. Answer: avoid breath holding during effort. Exhale gently and rest 45 to 60 seconds between sets. If your blood pressure is poorly controlled, start with the seated exercise and consult your physician. How soon will I feel a difference? Answer: many people notice lighter legs, steadier standing, and smoother first steps in 7 to 14 days. May I add light weights? Answer: yes, but only after 2 weeks of smooth training. For the step exercise, you can hold light dumbbells or wear a small backpack with books while keeping the slow lowering tempo. If form or rhythm is lost, remove the weight immediately. Note: this content is educational and does not replace personal medical advice. Stop training and contact a health professional if you notice one-sided lower leg swelling with warmth or redness, chest pain or shortness of breath, sudden sharp tendon pain, or dizziness that does not resolve. You have just done more than 3 exercises. You have awakened a quiet pump that supports posture, assists venous return, and protects balance every day. This is not just exercise. This is freedom. It is easy to accept decline as inevitable and to believe that shaky legs, heavy steps, and puffy ankles are just part of it. The intentional actions you take today will change your path. You do not need a gym or punishing workouts. You need gentle breathing, steady practice, and a wise intention to move. 3 upgraded moves: the seated Soleus Push-Up, the step calf raise with slow eccentric lowering, and the wall sit heel raises, form a personal ritual. It is how you say, I am still in control. I am still strong. I choose to support myself from the ground up. No medication or device can give you that. Only you can. If you feel even a small shift today, write a comment. Second heart activated. Please subscribe if you have not already. Let us build a community around action rather than age, around capability rather than limitation. The journey to strength does not end at 60. In many ways, it is just beginning. Stand steady, stay strong, and remember, you are not losing strength, you are learning to use it differently. Dich Nguyen Vun